President of Santaco, Mr. Tsebe, President of TASA, Ms. Mary Padi, Interfaith Leader, Ms. Alima Fakude, representatives from South African Council of Churches, from the Shembe Church, the Pentecostal Churches, Islam, Zionist, Rastafarian. Our traditional leaders who have also joined us here today, representatives from South African National Small Bus Operators Council, SANSPOC, representatives from Sunwit, representatives from Satau, executives from Heineken, led by Ms. Jolene Hen, whose message says, yes, we sell alcohol, but as Heineken we say, do not abuse our alcohol and do not drink and drive. And we welcome that message from a private-owned company. Representatives from national and provincial departments of transport who are present here today, members of the media who we work with very closely during this time of the year, ladies and gentlemen, fellow South Africans, Gautengans. Let me take this moment to appreciate the organizers of this event for the work well executed. I wish also to thank you all for your attendance and participation at this launch of our Road Safety Festive Season campaign on this day on which we also remember those that perished or were injured, particularly on our roads and elsewhere in the transport environments of this our beloved land. We launched our Festive Season Road Safety campaign during the 16 days of activism for no violence against women and children. This year marks 25 years since South Africa initiated the campaign, and I call on all the transport and law enforcement community to prevent practices that perpetuate inequality and the abuse of women and children. Gender-based violence and femicide is devastating our communities, and it requires a joint concerted effort by all of us to make our country safe for women and children. As we take a pledge to improve safety on our roads, let us also pledge to take action to support 16 days of activism of no violence against women and children. And all of us, we must say, we will not abuse our women and will not abuse our children. Program directors, festive season, much like Easter holidays, is one of the busiest travel season on our roads. We witness a lot of movements between provinces and of course across our country. It is also a period where we experience an influx of tourists from all over the world and from neighboring countries visiting South Africa in numbers, which indeed we appreciate and we need. Fellow South Africans, road crashes and fatalities are amongst major challenges that countries of the world have had to grapple with for some time. Road-related crashes resulting into serious injuries and fatalities were only brought to the global agenda in 2009 when over 100 ministers of transport came together and took a UN resolution to declare 2011-2020 a decade of action for road safety. The primary aim of the first decade of action for road safety was to reduce and stabilize road crashes and fatalities. The main objective was to save 5 million lives and up to 50 million serious injuries by halving road accidents by 50% at the end of the decade for road safety, which was in 2020. In August 2020, the United Nations General Assembly issued a new resolution which proclaimed the period 2021-2030 as the second decade of action for road safety. The second decade of action also aims to reducing road traffic deaths and injuries by at least 50% by 2030. And I say at least. According to scientific empirical evidence, it is recorded that more than 85% of road traffic injuries and deaths occur in low and middle-income countries and impose huge economic costs in these countries. Research shows that Africa is the least motorized continent, possessing 2% of global vehicle population, but it contributes 16% of the recorded global road traffic fatalities. To address this scourge at SADC level, we developed the SADC Protocol, which is an instrument adopted and used by SADC member states which seeks to establish transport, communications, and meteorology systems that provide efficient, cost-effective, and fully integrated infrastructure and operations to promote economic and social development while being environmentally and economically sustainable. In the South African context, as a nation, we first experienced our major road crash over a century ago. That is, in 1903, in Maitland, in the then Cape of Good Hope, currently known as the Western Cape Province. Statistics show that between 1903 and 2014, we recorded 459,900 and 9,500 of road crashes, which resulted in 545,601 road deaths. Since the dawn of democracy, we have seen an escalation in the numbers of road traffic casualties, and this is attributed to the increase of vehicle populations as more people were now eligible to access bank loans and able to purchase vehicles. From 1994 to 1995, the vehicle population in South Africa increased by 1 million from 5.5 to 6.5 million. Calculating from a period between 1994 to 2024, we moved from 5.5 million vehicles to almost 30 million vehicles. That is 12.9 million vehicle population. Such an increase has presented a plethora of road safety related challenges, from human factors that account for more than 80% of our road crashes and road accidents, also environmental factors, engineering and technical factors, law enforcement, as well as education and awareness factors. Due to the increased statistics on road crashes, fatalities and serious injuries, South Africa was among the first countries to be a signatory to the 2011-2020 Decade of Action for Road Safety in an effort to change the status quo. Program directors to actualize the implementation of the UN Decade of Action for Road Safety as a country, we developed a national action plan for the Decade of Action for Road Safety in line with 6 pillars of the safe system approach, which includes the pillar 1, which is about road safety management, pillar 2, about safer roads and mobility, pillar 3, safer vehicles, pillar 4, safer road users, pillar 5, post-crash response, and the latest pillar is youth and mobility. At a national level, as the Department of Transport, we have convened a series of national road safety policy consultative workshops and road safety summits to foster open and critical dialogue between government, industry, civil society, and academia. Just tomorrow on Monday, the 27th to the 28th of November, the Road Traffic Management Corporation, together with industry stakeholders, will be hosting a road safety summit to engage further on the newest technologies that we need to adopt as a country to ensure safety on our roads. We introduced as South Africa legislative amendments to enhance preventative measures. For instance, we introduced blood alcohol content limits. Premier, as a matter of fact, as the department were saying, let it be 0%. But we've been proven wrong. Some have said, no, it can't be 0%. So yes, we cannot say 0%, but maybe under 0. Speed limits, as we have said, speed limits, especially in urban areas and around schools, are also measures that we have introduced. We also established mandatory seatbelt regulations and child restraints use. Key to this was the admission of the Road Traffic Management Corporation as a member of the UN Road Safety Collaboration as a lead agency on road safety, which gave rise to South Africa's participation on the Global Road Safety Plan. And therefore, we not only in South Africa, but we are participating at the world level when it comes to issues of road safety. We examined a range of sentencing options for traffic violations, including license suspensions under the ARTO demerit point system, and for specific grades of offences, community service sentences, and or mandatory license retesting. We approved the 2016-2030 National Road Safety Strategy with immediate effect and long-term actions to ensure vehicle fitness, driver safety, pedestrian safety, community participation in issues of road safety. We developed an action plan for the achievement of goals through Road Traffic Management Corporation as a lead agency on road safety matters, and working together with all road-based transport entities, provinces, as well as local municipalities. We put in place advanced technical norms and standards for road infrastructure and vehicles. To help savvy and smart drivers, better vehicles, and road safety pedestrian, we introduced multilingual touchscreen, audiovisual computerized learner driver's license test systems with a view to minimizing corruption at the first stage of licensing process and making the system more accessible. We upgraded our driver learner testing centers and we formalized and regulated the driving school sector by introducing tight accreditation criteria for owners and managers, clearly defined customer service standards, and properly graded skills requirements for instructors with respect to different categories of vehicles. We tightened the existing practical, theoretical, and medical tests for the renewal of professional driver's permits. We further reviewed the operation of the entire vehicle testing system, both in terms of its own structure and in terms of the effectiveness of current manuals, regulatory procedures, and monitoring systems. We ensured that provinces implement the new pedestrian facility guidelines and the new South African Road Safety and Speed Limits Manual. We also supported the community by provinces to carry out planned, continuous, multidisciplinary upgrades of identified urban and rural hazardous locations with community participation via the democratically structures that are for road safety and are also known as road safety forums. We also expanded the rural road upgrade or maintenance programs nationwide, supported by systemic funding of emergent construction SMMEs, while at the same time integrating safety training into the process of providing road quality and visibility. We introduced the 365 Days Road Safety Program, which emphasizes the fact that road safety is an everyday commitment and a shared responsibility. Through the RTMC, we have also introduced NQF level 6 to 21st Century National Traffic Officer Training, and we've had our first group qualifying this year. We are currently in the process to have traffic management services as an essential service available 24 hours, 7 days a week. That is what we are busy doing as the department, working together with our entities and our provinces. We must commend the RTMC in terms of how they have embraced the role of lead agency and implemented its responsibility of determining norms and standards for road safety traffic personnel, of enhancing road safety research development, of implementing national road safety campaigns, and increasing private sector and civil society participation. The post-crash response has also enabled us to strengthen law enforcement tools and in the process save government from corruption and fraud. As we all know, the Road Accident Fund is mandated to identify the wrongdoers through a fault-based system to compensate road accident victims. This has also assisted in developing partnerships that ensure effective and efficient utilization of resources. Recently, we conducted a detailed analysis of road crash patterns in our country over the past 5 years, that is 2018 to 2022. The analysis has shown that although we are making steady progress in reducing fatalities, we need to fast-track progress by intelligently deploying our law enforcement, conducting safety education, communication campaigns at identified hotspots and at times when crashes are likely to happen. We may not be where we want to be, but we are no longer where we were before the UN Decade of Action for Road Safety started. Our National Road Safety Strategy is indeed showing some progress, but of course, we cannot underestimate the pain and the hurt that is caused by road accidents to families. Ladies and gentlemen, the Department of Transport, together with provincial and municipal traffic departments, transport agencies such as Road Traffic Management Corporation, the Road Traffic Infringement Agency, the Cross-Border Road Traffic Agency, SANRAL and Road Accident Fund, the South African Police Service, and our traffic officers will once again go out to make our roads safer. Support from our interfaith community and partners from the private sector, the non-governmental sector, and committed motorists will inspire and guide our law enforcers to protect and save our traveling communities during the forthcoming festive season. Over this period, we are deploying personnel and technologies across the country, especially in high-risk accident-prone areas, to prevent incidents and accidents by ensuring all road users that they are safer on our roads. The different traffic entities and the police, our enforcers present here today, are ready to ensure safety on our roads. Our road safety practitioners have also been mobilized and ready to go out to the malls, train stations, taxi ranks and petrol stations to do road safety education and awareness in collaboration with private sector partners and other departments such as the Department of Health, Emergency Services, Home Affairs, and Police Services as well. We start the festive season inspired by the achievements recorded last year, which showed that road traffic crashes decreased during the 6 weeks of the festive season. Last year, crashes dropped by 7% from 1,395 to 1,299. On the other hand, fatalities decreased from 1,808 to 1,560. However, these figures will always remain a tip of the iceberg, as our intentions are to have these numbers of car crashes and fatalities by 2030, and is the global target set by the United Nations, which we agree with. We will therefore not lower our guards this festive season. It is for this reason that we have given each province a target to achieve in this festive season to ensure that we can move our country on a solid trajectory towards the attainment of the 2030 target of having road fatalities. Therefore, everyone is called upon to put shoulders to the wheel to ensure a better outcome this season and throughout the 365 days road safety campaign. It is against this backdrop that we will be intensifying our efforts and interventions in the 5 provinces that contribute more than 80% of road crashes and fatalities. The following provinces, which are Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal, Eastern Cape, Western Cape, Limpopo, and Mpumalanga, will receive focused attention this year with night deployment of traffic officers and road safety activations that are intended to improve pedestrian safety. Our interventions will be based on a seed strategy that will guide all provinces in their operations this year. The strategy calls for interventions to deal with pedestrian safety, vehicle roadworthiness, public transport overloading, drunken driving, speeding, and execution of warrants. Special instructions have been issued for all provincial authorities to conduct public transport inspections of buses and taxis at ramps before they join the freeways. But of course, we're calling upon the owners of buses as well as the taxi industry to do this on their own. We also will be activating weight bridges to remain open, Malaysians to be guided to weight bridges to ensure height and load compliance. Heightened operations are to be undertaken from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, as these are the days that we experience more accidents on our roads. Corridor operations will be undertaken during peak travel periods, leading provinces that share road borders. 24 routes which have recorded a high number of crashes and fatalities in the past will be prioritized. These they include R573 Maloto Road in Mpumalanga, R71 in Makweng, Limpopo, N2 Itujwa in Eastern Cape, N2 Mount Ailis in Eastern Cape, N1 Labon Strait in Limpopo, R61 Bizana in the Eastern Cape, N1 Mokopane in Limpopo, Fenderstop Road in Northwest, R61 in Mthatha, Eastern Cape, N2 Pongola in KwaZulu-Natal, R61 in Zamba in the Eastern Cape, N1 Musina in Limpopo, N2 North Freya in Eastern Cape, N4 Middleburg in Mpumalanga, N1 Lensburg in the Western Cape, N2 Port Shepstone in KwaZulu-Natal, N1 Makado in Limpopo, N2 Libode in Eastern Cape, R61 Libode in the Eastern Cape, N4 Nelspruit in Mpumalanga, Frans van Zyl Road in Paro, Western Cape, M3 Harry Smith in Free State, M35 in Foloni in KwaZulu-Natal, and M2 Mthatha in the Eastern Cape. If you listen to this to this list, these are our beautiful roads, but that are responsible for the many road crashes that we see in South Africa. We will be there in our numbers. We will deploy our resources. If you are ready to do wrong things, not to comply and adhere to road rules, we will be there and we will meet you there. One of the critical interventions that we must implement this year to improve compliance on the roads is to deal with motorists who drive without number plates. I just want to emphasize this point to our traffic officers. Anyone who is driving a car with a fake number plate or without a number plate, have mercy or no mercy on them. Deal with them, inconvenience them. This is generally done by speedsters and people who want to avoid detection by speed cameras. This is defeating the end of justice, and such behaviors will be stopped. You should not allow them to be on the road until the number plates are properly attached. As a matter of fact, the Road Traffic Management Act allows us to actually fine them, but to imprison them. So we can arrest them, and we should do that. No car must be on our road without a number plate. These are criminals that are responsible for hit and run, for doing anything on our roads, for selling drugs and for transporting drugs on our roads. They are actually responsible for crime that is actually happening on our roads. We know that our borders have been very busy during the festive season in the past, and the Cross-Border Road Transport Agency has geared itself to ensure that the hikers coming into and out of our country are compliant with all requirements. The following ports of entry will be monitored. That is the Base Bridge in Limpopo, Libongo in Mpumalanga, Fixed Deck in Free State, and Golela in KwaZulu-Natal. Of course, others as well will be prioritized. Our relentless commitment to deal with corruption and bribery continues over this period. Our own assessment tells us that corruption relating to issuing of learner's license and bribery increases around this time. We warn officials and members of the public to desist from corrupt behavior. And I want to say, members of the public as well, which is a major damper to our efforts of maintaining safer roads. Our anti-corruption agents will be deployed, and the instruction to them is to show no mercy and arrest both the corrupter and the corruptee. And I just want to appreciate what I saw in the social media. One of the traffic officers, who when the motorist was trying to brag, said, as a matter of fact, I must arrest you because what you are doing is nothing but crime. I'm saying to our officials, let us arrest people who are trying to bribe us. They are giving us 100 rands because they think that we are worth 100 rands. They are giving money in order to kill our people. Let us arrest them. They are not worth to be on our roads. Fellow South Africans, I must indicate that our national roads are critical strategic economic assets for this country. We cannot allow lawlessness and criminality to be the order of the day. The criminality that has been conducted on our national roads are treasonous. To the criminals, I promise you, we are equal to the task, and we are going to deal with you. In the short to medium term, we are deploying our law enforcement on national roads. In the long term, we are currently looking at making all our national roads and our national road network to be smart roads. I've actually said to Sandra, it cannot be that today, in the era of technology, we are still expecting only our traffic officers to man our roads. There is technology. Let's use the technology. Sibasungseleke embu eyapha emhlabeni sizoyibamba sizoyithola. And I'm saying to all motorists, please listen. For any unexplained tire puncture, please do not stop. Our traffic officers will be informed and will be requested that when in exceptional cases somebody is driving a flat tire on the yellow line, please don't arrest them. Assist them. We will only allow you to drive on the yellow line if your tire is flat because of a tire burst. But I am saying, do not stop your car when in an unexplained way you puncture. These criminals are out there, and they are out there not to do anything but to damage our vehicles, but also to rob us of anything that we have, but sometimes to even kill and injure us. We will meet you for the mere fact that we are alive. We are saying we are equal to you criminals who are making our beautiful roads your crime scenes. We are there and we are equal to you. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to announce that this festive season, commuters will have a choice either to travel by road or rail. As PRASA will resume the provision of long-distance rail passenger transport services. The PRASA main passenger services, supported by a number of fully integrated services, will be available on the following routes. So you have a choice to either drive or, of course, to use our trains. Already on the 16th of October 2013, the Quebec 8 route started to operate. East London Berlin on the 7th of November is now operational. Yes. On the 6th of December, the Johannesburg Cape Corridor will start. It will now be operating. Johannesburg to Durban on the 8th of December will then will resume operations. Johannesburg to Musina on the 8th of December, operations will resume. Johannesburg to Queenstown on the 8th of December, operations will resume. So you have a choice, and I can tell you now, we have our beautiful trains that we are manufacturing here in Johannesburg, in particular, we will be deploying them on these routes. So you have a choice to either use road transport, public transport, but also to choose to use our trains. Ladies and gentlemen, as I indicated at the beginning of my speech, that today we are not only launching the festive season road safety campaign, but we are also observing the World Remembrance Day for all our road traffic victims and survivors. The World Day of Remembrance for Road Traffic Victims was launched on the 26th of October 2005. The primary objective of commemoration of Siyabakhumbula is to, amongst others, to provide a platform for road traffic victims, survivors, and their families too. To remember their loved ones who perished or were seriously injured on the roads, and to advocate for better support for road traffic victims and victims' families. I can tell you from experience that these days mean so much to victims of road accidents and, of course, to survivors of road accidents, but also to families of those that lost their lives on our roads. We are here to say, we are also here to provide a platform for road traffic victims and survivors and their families to highlight the legal response to culpable road deaths and injuries and to advocate for an appropriate serious response. We are here also to converge to promote evidence-based actions to prevent and eventually stop further road traffic deaths and injuries. Today, we are here because we know that this is not a battle for government alone, but remains the responsibility of all of us to find a lasting solution to the carnage that has taken so many lives and maiming so many and robbing the country of its citizens and families of their beloved. Today, we are gathered together with leaders and members of the religious leadership of the interfaith, of our traditional leaders, our communities, and various transport stakeholders to pray for divine healing and strength for families of road traffic victims. We are here as a nation to say enough is enough. One life lost is indeed one life too many. We are here to say, remember, support, and act. We are here to commit to being safety ambassadors and to abide and strictly follow all road safety rules. We are here to say to church leaders, to say to employers, before you close your company, take time to talk to your staff, to talk to your whoever, your people, and remind them about the road safety. As the Department of Transport, we will even be engaging the airlines to say when they land, let them remind their passengers that immediately after that they will become road users and they must abide by the rules of the road. We remain indebted to the emergency services that have committed their whole lives to saving our others in distress. We equally remain indebted to the law enforcement fraternity who take risks to prevent incidents that pose a danger to lives. To our traffic officers and your families, as a country, sifanele ukulonga, because many people who are here, they are going to close and be with their families during the festive season. You will be on our roads, making sure that those people are safe. We thank you and we extend our appreciation to your families for ensuring that they sacrifice the families and family togetherness so that our people are safe. We salute you and we thank you for that. Let us always pray that over this festive season, we should not experience the carnage that has come so shamefully defined and so shamefully defining our country. It is for that reason that all this year, our theme is Fika Usaphila. Fika Usaphila. Let us all ensure that we arrive alive by leaving no one behind. I wish you and your families a safe and joyous festive season. Stay alive and obey the rules of the road. We thank the media for the coverage that we always receive when we launch, but also during the festive season. May God bless you all. I thank you very much.